Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnsy and Damon will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnsy and Damon will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show.
Yo, God, that's awesome.
They never get old.
Johnsy just banging out these intro songs for us, man. Just and yeah, he's not with us, and it just hurts my soul even more, man.
It really does.
Johnsy, our pride and joy and soul of this show.
Yeah.
Pride and soul of this soul. Pride soul of this show. He's not here tonight with us. He got called into work again. Got him again.
Yeah.
Love you, Johnsy. We know you're hurting, but just know we're going to make this the best show of all time in your honor.
That's right.
Woo!
That's right. That's right.
Love it. Love that food. Show.
He said we got already. We got some people.
It.
We got Robert. What's up, Robert?
Do a roll check here.
Yeah. Adventure.
And anybody that's new here tonight, drop
Terry
comments. We'll do our best to feature as many as we can tonight, and we'll try to get a couple questions in to our awesome guests we're going to have on here and introduce.
Co-sign on the intros.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Johnsy. Thank you, Johnsy. I'm not going to say.
There we go.
And hey, Pam, welcome. For everybody new here, Thursday, Friday. Let's go, Vetty. Hello from Washington State. Yeah, you know what? This is going to be a fun one. I haven't got to do this game in a long time, and let's see what states are watching and tuning in tonight.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Let's get a state counter going tonight. We got Washington. Let's put a banner up on or something here, and let's just see how many states we can get to tune in tonight. Let's show Big K and Babe how far their reach is nationwide and even worldwide. We're gonna have countries tune in tonight. Just let us know, and we will star the new states that we haven't seen, and we'll count them up at the end.
Oh, there we go.
And then we'll see our number.
There we go. That'll be easier.
Yeah.
They're coming in.
They're coming in. Wow. All right.
You started. You started.
It's a lot of new faces here tonight. We're real excited, and it's not to see us. They're like, oh, what do I heard? This Dude Network show is awesome. Now they're here to see
this Dude Network.
They're here with our two guests here tonight. Very power couple, but most importantly, just good friends of ours that we've known for a really, really long time before all this craziness that is, I don't know, like where we're just at in social media right now, man. Just like, it's just a bunch of really good people, and we're just happy to feature and spotlight some of these creators, get to know the creator behind the creator, and we know that you all are going to love the creators that we have on here tonight in the foodie world, especially. Damon, what say you, man? I feel like I'm rambling there a little bit, so I'll cut myself off. But garage beer.
Yeah, I think you done. I think you done hit the intro. There needs to be said no more.
All right, man. A few words.
The thing is, you said it. The biggest thing is to take away from that whole statement that you made. Power couple.
It is. There's a lot to dive into here tonight, Damon, because I'm sure behind the scenes, like here's the dynamic. You had one doing it, one not. One started doing really good. The other one decided to start, then kind of ascended past the other. And then that person that was up here had to kind of like respect and honor the other, the other entity in the house now in that world. And then it became a teamwork balancing act thing. And maybe not, maybe I'm overlooking it, but as a man that's married, and you being a man that's married, there's
That's
a lot
right.
of stuff behind the scenes that makes two successful things like this under the same rooftop pop off as flawlessly as
Oh
it
gosh.
does.
Yeah. I mean,
So I'll be curious to see if it's as smooth on behind the scenes as it seems to be on the scenes. So a lot to dive into tonight, but I'm also excited to dive into some foodie knowledge, the source of some of the recipes that are all makeable, very easy. Just no, this is gonna be awesome. There's just a lot. There's just a lot going on here tonight. A lot to dive into, so we won't stall anymore, and we'll just get right down to it, Damon.
That's it. Hey, I'm with you.
All right. Well, you want to do the intro?
Do we really need to intro these two?
Yeah, I think they deserve a little bit of a hype. I mean, come on.
Okay, you hype them up. You the intro king.
I offered it first. I was hoping
Nah,
you'd say
you
no.
intro the
I was
king. You
honest,
the intro
selfishly, I
king.
was like, nah, you do it. I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Ah.
Okay. So I was out in the garden picking some tomatoes today. I think I got some in my
You the
lawn
intro
set up.
king, man. You the intro king. I'm just
All
the
right.
man with the boards.
Right out of the central time zone and right out of good old mountaintop. Mountaintop,
Rocky top, rocky top.
Rocky Top. That's all right. Mountaintop, Rocky Top. They're on the mountaintops, Rocky
Same
Top.
thing. Same thing.
They're 1-0, just like Gamecocks. I know. Go Cox.
That's a different subject, bro.
I know you're not happy, but you're 1-0. You're
well,
an unhappy
yeah,
1-0 fan right
intro,
now. Just remember that.
Intro.
Intro. Yep. Squirrel. All right. Straight out of Rocky Top, Tennessee. The king and the queen of barbecue, the power couple of barbecue, the original creators of fun recipes, often imitated but never duplicated. Two-time. I don't know. Just two-time People's Choice Award of being awesome. How about that?
It is. Yep.
The innovators of fun recipes and good times, creating good cultures, good followings, and most importantly, what barbecue is all about, a good community. Big K and Cooking with Babe. What up?
Oh, y'all.
Hello.
What's up?
I got there. Took me a minute, but I figured it out.
So, what y'all got going
Oh,
on?
Oh, no.
man, just trying to hang out with you guys. Trying to be in y'all's world.
We're doing pretty good. Not as good as you guys are, I'm sure, but I'm still doing pretty good.
I don't know.
By the way, anybody tuning in, let us know what state you're in. We're doing a state check. We're trying to see how many states have tuned in tonight to watch our two esteemed guests over here, Big K and Cooking with Babe. We got quite a few already. I think we're up to 15. So
Yep. We got 15. 15 put it in.
Yeah, so if you're new over here, let us know where you're from. Let us know. We'd love to see it. There we go. So, no, thank you guys so much for coming on here tonight. Johnsy sends his love, sends his regards. But yeah, he's sorry he wasn't here with you guys, but we are still very excited to have you guys, and thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. We're glad to be here.
Oh yeah.
So Leslie, is this first podcast?
It is my first podcast. Yeah. You guys got it.
Got it
Yes.
first. Let's go. Yeah. MBBQA, third place. What? Out of three. Out of three. Third place out of three. So what did y'all get into today? Did y'all throw down on the grill, kind of chill out? You got a long weekend here, or does that mean in the creator world? Because Leslie, you still work, if I'm not mistaken.
I do.
Does that mean that you had an extra day to bust out some content, so you didn't have to bust it all out this week?
Oh yeah. This morning I started off with my Sunday morning breakfast like normal. We did egg, bacon, and cheese sliders, and then I've got Alabama white sauce coming out this week. Also marinated some chicken thighs. I'll be grilling them off tomorrow. So.
Oh.
Can't be.
Yeah, we got a good question here. We got a few. Brittany Blackwater, Big K and Babe, where are y'all from?
Well, I'm originally from Brewton, Alabama, which is way south of Montgomery, right there on the Florida line.
Okay. Florida
Midnight in Montgomery. Sorry.
There has to be a song on
There it
every
is.
shit.
There it is. Hey, if
There's
you don't
one.
like that song, you hate this weekend and what it stands for. That's all I'm gonna say.
And then I'm originally from Illinois, and then we both just kind of met in the middle here in Middle Tennessee.
There it
So
is.
we're right
Okay.
between Chattanooga and Nashville, about an hour and 15 minutes each way.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's awesome. That is cool. Brittany, who asked, is from Baldwin County, Alabama.
Oh,
So,
nice. Yeah.
but yeah, that's. Oh, by the way, yeah, sorry. By the way, those sliders, that's what you posted today, right?
Yes, it is what I posted today.
Yeah, those looked like they did not suck.
No,
Those
it's
look
not
pretty good.
at all.
I mean, you can't beat King's Hawaiian rolls and a stick of butter.
That's
I mean,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's gospel anywhere, man.
Well, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's like peanut butter and jelly right there.
Yeah, geez. Yeah, man.
Gotta go together.
I haven't had sliders in a minute, but I'm doing a bunch this upcoming Sunday. I'm going to do a whole mess of them.
Yeah.
So,
kind of
yeah,
you know.
I don't know yet. It'll be something stupid, over the top, unnecessary. I'm pretty sure of it. Bill, I'm doing smoked pulled pork. I do know that. Babe, I love watching your videos with you and Big K. Yeah, I'm firing up the offset tomorrow. I'm doing a heater. I'm doing a heat. I'm throwing out my best that I got. So I'm firing up the offset, and I want to take her low and slow and proper. And we're gonna show them Cleveland boys how we do it.
Oh, you heard it here first.
That's right.
You heard it here first. Bringing that A game up.
So I don't know what kind of talk. I don't know. I got Babe here. Like, I feel like I got an ace in the hole over here on screen. I should just ask her how I should do it, and then I can be like, "Hey, Babe said it best, so it can't suck. Here's how we did it." So we got smoked pulled pork. What are we putting with them there, Babe? With the King's Hawaiian.
With King's Hawaiian, I'll do a slaw. Even this time of year, if you had apples, do a good apple slaw with it. It would pair really nicely.
That'd be good.
Apple slaw on top of the meat
slaw
on the sliders.
Yeah.
It sounds simple. Like, I just need something quick and easy that I can just slap together. I can pre-make that slaw the day before and be good.
You could.
Ooh, and I have an apple tree outside too that's got apples just laying around.
There you
So
go
there we
then.
go. There we go. Don't even got to buy Prince of the Poor's approved. Don't even got to pay for the apples.
Here's another. Babe, love your dip recipes and always tune in for your Sunday morning breakfast here from Maine.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's a long ways away.
That is.
And
Cindy
Caitlin. Love Caitlin. Love your videos.
Oh, thank you.
So I love Big K's videos too.
I was gonna say,
Big K, I
we
think you're a
love yours
person
too,
as
Big
well,
K.
and you matter. All right.
Hey, I'm just as happy for her. I'm glad it's her, not somebody else.
No, but like I said, I was kind of talking about it there, and it's probably questions people have. Big K, you started first a couple years ago. Well, it's been more than a couple. We've been doing it now for probably going on 4 years.
October 21st will be 4 years.
Yeah, man. I'm not too far. It's crazy. It's crazy. So you've been doing it for quite some time, and you've built obviously people that know you've built quite the following yourself. And then, Babe, when did you decide that you wanted to start making your social media content?
Well, so it's September 8th. It'll be 3 months. So I've been thinking about it for a while. So we went to Hiwassee, Georgia to it's called Smoke in the Mountains or Smoking Fire.
Yeah.
Like it was basically just a festival where everybody got together and just cooked. There was really wasn't a competition. But one of the Primo guys, and I wish I could remember his name, he's like, "You should really get out there and try it." He said, "People will love you." And I was like, "Nah." And so he just planted that seed. And from there, I was like, just sit there and kept thinking. And then we went to Malcolm Reed's ambassador thing for Kevin. And that's when, I sat there and I listened to him talk. And I was like, I can do this. I can do it. And so that's when the wheels really, really got turning. And one day I came home, I said, let's do it. So.
Well, I'd like to say that guy at Primo, I think he hit it on the head, and I think he called it.
He nailed it.
Well, behind we're fortunate to have the angle that we know, like we're blessed to be behind the scenes, where we know that you help a lot behind the scenes with Big K. You know, you're always there, so you were very aware and of social media, how it worked, you know, the ups, the downs of it. So I mean, I got to ask, how much help was that whenever you got into it, where you already had kind of like, I don't want to call it a playbook, because as we all know here,
Yeah.
there is no playbook for this. You make
Absolutely not.
content, people like you, share you, interact with you, or they don't. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. But how much help was it having that, where you didn't have to figure out, you know, that's a lot of the preliminary stuff up front, or was it you just kind of did it your own way and didn't really ask for much help?
Well, no, I mean, watching him, I knew, you know, you had to have a hook. You got to have a hook, and that's, you know, the algorithm itself is going to recognize that hook. Which,
Mhm.
I mean, you know, he's got his killer eating, and mine, you know, Lord Mercy does good. I mean, it just all, like, I knew I had to go in having that. And I, you know, it wasn't going to be easy. I mean, you know, you record 30, 45 minutes or hours, and then you got to melt it down just into a minute and a half. I mean, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of effort. And you got to make sure, you know, you don't skip a step. Everything's got to be recorded. You got to be on point the whole time. So, I mean, I knew what I was, you know, getting myself into. It's definitely been worth it.
Yeah, no, and it's no, and yeah, it is, and people don't realize, like, food making content, and Damon, you can back me up on this, please do. Food making content is different than most other content. It takes time to shop for the ingredients. It takes time to figure out what you're going to make. It takes time to film it. You got to clean your area really nice, because you don't want a dirty cooking space, because everyone's going to see it and point it out. Then you have to make 40 different clips to get all the recipes and steps and all that put together. Then you have to put all the clips together. Then you have to take, you know, 40 times, trim off the front, back. That's at least 80 edits, you know. Then you got to enhance your audio. I mean, start to finish on recipes, it's different than someone that can just go up and be like really funny and do something crazy, and then just and edit it in 10 minutes and boom, you're done for the day. Like what we do in the food world, I mean, like I said, Damon, you've been doing it long too. It sucks.
Because even after everything you said, you forgot one thing. That sink full of dishes you got too.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Damon, how long does it take to post on every single platform the same video?
A lot. That's why I don't do it. because right there, that this keyword right here, sometimes food content is work.
It really is. Now it's a labor of love. I mean, it's obviously not a lot of work, because
but that's what you got to have in your goal set as well. You know, if you got your goals and that's your plan, it's not going to feel like work if that's your love and passion.
But yeah, it's just been a wild ride. I mean, it took me right at 5 months to put out my first video that broke 100,000 views on TikTok. Her very first video broke 100,000 views. So,
well, she goes to show you, when you put good food skills with someone that's actually good looking, I mean, things just pop off a little faster, okay? That's just how it works, man. You know I love you.
Okay.
You know I'd still hug that pretty face. Come on now.
I think what helps though, like when you show people that you actually enjoy cooking.
That's right.
Not just like you're like, okay, we got to do this. I mean, you show your passion in it. I mean, I tell you, anything I cook. I mean, I cook with love. I mean, it's not just something throw together and be like, okay, so here's y'all a video today. It's never that way.
That's right.
Love your videos. They are quick and right to the point. Not a lot of idle chatter from Merle Ann Burdett.
Thank you.
Yes, that was nice of her. And again, we're doing a state check. I'm going to keep dropping these in there. If you're new watching, we're seeing how far the reach is for Big K and Cooking with Babe. So go ahead and say where you're from. If you're not from the States, say what country you're watching from. If you're from a different planet, let us know that too. Let's see if we can go universal with this thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's just see if we can get any new people in here. Let's see if I think we're up to like 26. So that's pretty sweet. So let's see if we can get that thing over 30. That'd be wild. Big K, it's been a while since I played the state game. That's an old TikTok game I used to play. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always fun. Oh, adventures. That's not nice.
Here we go. Right. A little quick question off subject.
Okay.
Now, it's need to find the word about a garage beer. Sounds like fun. Sure, it's good. South Carolina next to Clemson. If you'll go on Garage Beer's website, they actually have a locator map that you can put your address and zip code in, and they will tell you exactly where it's next to you, and you can find it real quick. Like
Bingo. So
I got
tailgates.
so,
Yeah, go ahead. No. Go ahead.
So here's the thing: is what we got. So, babe, you started cooking out. You come out. Where does a lot of your recipes come from, and where did your passion for cooking come from?
Okay. So growing up, I mean, I was always in the kitchen. I was either in there with my great grandmother or one of my grannies. My meemaw, I mean, they used to listen. They used to kill chickens in the backyard. They raised their own hogs. So, I mean, you can only imagine the things I grew up learning. But my granny, which is my mom's mom, she always was in the kitchen. I mean, she had her table, her spot at the table where she sat. I mean, you came in that kitchen, we had the country crock butter dishes were full of leftovers. You came by that house, she sent you with food. She'd tell anybody to come by and get a plate.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of her friends, if there was a funeral, you taking them a dish. I mean, she may not get out and drive much, but she had us running and taking and had us in there cooking too. But a lot comes from her. Now my dad's mom, I mean, she cooked a little. I mean, she lived on her own. She did a little bit, but most of my mom's mom. She taught me a lot.
It doesn't sound too far off from Appalachian culture, like you don't. No, yeah, I mean that's how it is, though. I mean Appalachian and Southern really ain't too well. Appalachian goes all the way down to northern Arkansas. For those that don't know,
He froze up again. No, he didn't. No,
but he's cat. Oh, I'm back.
He's
I'm back.
He's coming back. There we go.
I'm back. Sorry. No, I'm saying I don't know what part, but Appalachia's not too far from the South, because when I grew up, when someone passed, especially in a farming community, like they were actually bringing you food back. Like, man, you want one of these meat trays? I got like 30 of them from everybody. like you weren't supposed to have to worry about eating for a long time. And and like when the kitchen's open, like there's always a freezer full of something. We never had a lot of money, but we always had a lot of food. This is that's just what I guess on the farm we grew our own and raised our own. So but that's I love hearing that. That's and there's nothing better than what grandma made. I'm sure, babe, you'll say your recipes are good, but it wasn't as good as Meemaw's.
Might be close, but
Sometimes I swear it's my grandma made the best sweet tea of all time, and I swear it was just the pitcher she used. It's this plastic pitcher. I just think it was seeped into the
it is.
the plastic.
It is.
Because when that pitcher, they found it like 6 months after she had passed, and where it hadn't been used for 6 months, a crack developed. It dry rotted on. It had been so old, it dry rotted and got a crack in it.
And it was probably one of them old
forever,
tan Tupperware ones with the little push button top on
it.
Nowadays, we just would have put some damn Flex Seal on that thing and figured it out.
He's still freezing up.
Now what? Oh, come on, internet! Not tonight! Not tonight! We already lost Johnsy. Don't make me look. Don't look like that. Not tonight. We need me. So Big K, you growing?
Save your spoon says love watching Babe from NC from North Carolina.
Thanks.
That's close to you.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. It is pretty close.
So
but yes,
how much Illinois influence do you got on you?
Quite a bit. Like I grew up with a grandmother, a lot like hers. Like I always remember my grandmother being retired, but it was a lot of like she'd almost hand cook every meal 3 times a day, like just a different way of life. So, I mean, some of the dishes are different from being up there, but a lot of the same home style kind of stuff. Like her grandmother being a member of the church, you know, anytime somebody passed away, she helped do the dinner and all that. So a lot of the same stuff. And a lot of the cooking I almost wish I would have paid attention more to now.
We
Now
all
that
did.
I'm, like, you know, drawing interest to it.
Hell yeah, man. So
Yeah, I think we're all in that situation because you know my mother-in-law, she could throw down, and I wish I'd have watched more stuff like that.
yeah, my mom's side now they just knew how to take a bag of potatoes and just make enough food to feed an army out of it. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
pork loin. I mean, we always just ate a lot of food, but as I grew up, I was like, man, it does not take a lot of money to make that much food. So,
I don't.
but I think we all grew up with church cookbooks in
Yeah,
our cupboard.
very much.
Still got
And they were
'em.
the best
Still got 'em.
ones too, man. There's no better cookbook. If you want to, everybody take my recommendation. Go on eBay and just look for the cookbooks of like such and such United Community Church or whatever. Because it's going to have Aunt Pam's tater casserole in there. It's going to have,
Mhm.
all the casserole dishes, all the breads, all the puddings, everything.
And
They,
Granny had an Old Bell South cookbook. It was yellow, but like the binders came off of it. It's falling apart, and we just put it back in a gallon Ziploc bag and keep it all together intact, just so we can
Right.
keep using it. Because I mean,
Exactly.
got all of our family dishes that we like to do with little stars right beside it. So we don't want to get rid of.
He's still, and it's hard to say anything because he's steady
my
talking.
wife's
So
mom's
when he
big
comes
into
back, he's got to
cookbooks, and
end
she goes,
into the question.
I'm over it. I don't know why I'm being so glitchy tonight. This is so annoying.
Maybe he's the one
Okay,
from another
I'm gonna
planet.
go.
He might be.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go for my question. All right, I got full
Go.
service. Let's go. Ready? Set. Now I forget. Oh, my mother-in-law. Um, my wife's mom. She goes buys like cookbooks at yard sales, but she don't buy them unless they got handwritten notes in them.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best ones.
She's like she wants ones where they tried the recipe and made adjustments and suggestions based. She just thinks like that's what she buys. That's what she buys because you can't buy a second one of those. Like those are all one on ones. Do you so do you guys collect cookbooks too?
Not so much. Last time we were down there, well, I'll let her tell the story.
Yeah, last time we were down there, I pulled them out because I mean they're gonna stay at my granny's house. I mean my granny's passed, but I mean we still have our house and we all still get together there. So they still stay there so everybody can come by and get, pull out whatever recipe they want to. So I'm down there sitting there with my phone taking pictures. And my aunt, she pulls out, she's like, Les, I think this is your mom's recipe box. And I was like, what?
Mm.
And she's like, yeah. So I went through it, my mom's, and I picked out a few things. Because, of course, I mean, I have a brother and sister. I mean, I don't want to take it with me. So I picked out a few things out of that. So next time when I go home, I'll look for some more. But, yeah, just taking my phone, taking pictures.
Mm.
Some of that stuff, I mean, it's hard to remember.
True.
Right.
So it's not to have something to look back to and go, oh, yeah, that's right. Now I need to add that. So that's what I do.
I need to spend more time with my mom because her mom made some really good, really simple, my style recipes, 4 or 5 ingredients. And yeah, so but like I never really learned them and I'm not around my mom a whole lot in the kitchen. Like my mom makes some of the best chicken noodle soup and it is so simple how she does it, but I just can't duplicate it. And my grandma's noodles, she just did basic egg noodles, like they're own basically dumplings. And like I need to figure out how that works so it doesn't die. Because I feel like if my mom don't teach me, they'll never be taught again. So yeah, I gotta do a little bit more time on my end with especially my mom's side. I feel on
Yeah.
my dad's side, I got all that stuff down. But yeah.
back to your cookbooks and notes in them. So back after my dad's mother died, he got most of her cookbooks in the recipe box, and I don't even remember what it was, but there was one recipe card in particular in that box that to the right she had wrote "damn good" next to that.
That's
That's how you know
yeah.
that was a winner.
You know, that's some kill. She would have been really fun if it would have been like killer eating beside it. You're like, ah.
Hey, here's a good question from the audience. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I bashed the
Oh, I
name,
got this. I got
but
this. Sarah Fissner.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Fishner. It says, "Love watching you all. Can you fix the stuff you make on the grill in the kitchen?"
Yes. A lot of times when I'm cooking on that pellet grill, you're just going to want to use the same temp, the same time. Of course, when I'm cooking outside versus in your home, your times may vary. But usually if I tell you 20 minutes out there, roughly 20 minutes in here in your home as well in the oven. But yeah, because that pellet grill, you're going to be able to set it to the same temp just like you do in an oven. Of course, when the weather starts getting cooler, I'll have to make adjustments there. But most of the time, yes, that can be done in the oven also.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, the oven's probably a little bit more controlled than
Yes.
the oven.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I mean, than the pellet grill. And here was one here. We got a couple. Love watching Babe from North Carolina, Savory Spoon, and then Patricia Wall Meeks. Love watching Babe made the meatloaf.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the meatloaf was delicious.
Hello from Mississippi.
Meatloaf.
Hey.
We're doing a reminder here. We're going to take a commercial break in just a couple minutes here. But before we do, just a little reminder: if you're new here, let us know where you're from. Let Babe and Big K know where you're from. Let's see how many states we can get in here throughout this show. We're really enjoying. We got some really cool ones from really far away. So let's just see how far this reach goes. Let's have a little fun together. That's all. And if you know someone from a state that's a little different, share it. Get them over here. Let's see if we can get them on here too.
There you go. So here's another one from Sarah again.
Okay.
I was scrolling through. Do you cook outside in the winter or do you take it inside? Love watching you all.
It's going to depend. I mean, here in the South, there may be few weeks we have winter, and then it's pretty tolerable outside. So we're just going to see what the weather holds, and you'll probably get to see me cook inside some. Yes.
The biggest thing about it, this kitchen is, which we got a light right now, is the lighting sucks in here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do a lot of lighting, and then we need like a tall table like we got outside.
I got you.
We're not going to agree with that.
I was gonna say
a taller table, and y'all, everybody that gets in their comments about that table being too tall. When I had that table, I thought in a million years that, or I'd had it lowered a couple inches.
Or we can just make it easier. Just build like a little step
Yeah,
platform.
get your little step stool, okay?
Yep,
be like little Wally and Adley, you know? Yeah.
So, then I'd probably be the one that trips over the step stool.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And then another one here. Lori White says, "You do it well. Do you guys sell seasonings that you guys use when grilling?"
No. But I mean, we've talked about eventually doing that. I'm not even 3 months in, so I hadn't really won yet. But I'm definitely thinking about it. But as soon as I do, I'll put it out there.
That's right.
But for the time being, 99% of the stuff you've seen us use is Killer Hogs, which is, you go to howtobarbecueright.com, you can find all his products there. Shout out to Malcolm Reed, he's a really good guy.
Yes.
And you can find all this stuff there.
Hell yeah. No, his stuff is good. I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
I had it. Oh, here's a good one here. This is a good question before we go to commercial break, and then we come back. We'll wrap. Not wrapping it up. We're not gonna rush this one off. But from Wanda Trenkle, Babe, will you ever make a cookbook?
Hopefully soon.
I'm telling you, I have recently taken on the journey. That's why I've been doing my Sunday recipes with the photo. I've been trying to challenge myself on Facebook with my weekly recipe, because we are with the dudenetwork.com. By the way, dudenetwork.com is live. We're going to start a recipe tab on there. And so one recipe at a time. Like, I've just been doing like one a week, and now I have like 4 or 5. Johnsy sent a couple, but I'm telling you, what you're doing now, if you just take a really nice photo of it at the end, if you're already doing it for your thing, just when it's an easy one, it doesn't take 8 hours to write out. Just write down all the easy ones. Then you can come up with 50 easy recipes with Babe. I'm telling you, it'll happen. Amazon, you can make your own cookbook now. You don't even need a publisher.
I've heard that about the pictures. I've heard a lot of people that go back 6 months later and they're like, I got all the recipes, but I wish I would have took the pictures. Because now I kind of got to go back and do everything.
Yeah, you kind of have to just do it. In my opinion, you just kind of have to do it as you go.
Yeah.
My internet's getting low, so I'm not going to talk for a minute. I'm just going to sit here.
Imagine that.
So
So
are going to take.
before we do,
No, go ahead. Sorry, Damon. Go ahead.
Since you glitching it a little bit. Before we go to the commercial break, he's about it. Sorry, squirrel. Both of you. It's a 2-part question. You know, when you started social media, Kay, you've been in it for a minute. Babe, you're just now starting. But did you see yourself where you're at now when you first started?
Who, me or her?
Yeah, both. But we're gonna go you first because you was the first.
To me, it was more of a dream than ever. When I started, and I probably told this story on here before.
Mm-hmm.
When I started, TikTok was super fresh. Like, I was intimidated by Instagram, Facebook, because like back then, 10,000 followers on Instagram was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of dove into it was kind of a dare to get into TikTok. And I just kind of dove in it there, and that was my only platform, and I got a little bit of success, and then I just kind of branched out. And then it was just a really slow build, as to where hers has been the exact opposite. Like,
Yeah, I would have never in a million years thought this. I mean, I thought, okay, I'm gonna get on here and I may hit 500 followers. I mean, then the next thing I knew, it was, all right, well, here's your 500. Oh, here's your 1,000, and it just kept. I mean, it hadn't stopped. And the first couple weeks, I was like, okay, this is a little overwhelming. I'm a little overwhelmed. And he's like, it's okay, just stick with it. You know, it'll be all right. And it's just gotten to the point, and I appreciate all my followers, but I mean, there's times where I can't get back to every single one of them. But I mean, there's just so much coming in on all the platforms that's hard to keep up. And
right.
I mean, I just never in a million years thought this many people would watch me at all.
Yeah. Like, I know your heart and your guys' soul, and you're both you want to meet everybody that takes time to comment on your videos. And I know what you mean, because we have been, we've all had those videos at this point, and Damon, I think you have too. It might have been a little while, but where it's almost impossible to get to every comment because you're coming in so fast, your notifications don't even like show you they commented, and you're sitting there like, you feel bad. Like, you go back on a video like from 4 weeks ago, and you find like a seam of like 6-7 comments that were just sitting there, and like your heart just breaks, right? I mean, is that how you are too? Like, it really is. That was the overwhelming part of just fearful you weren't reaching out to everybody starting out that was showing you some love.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I want to make them feel like they're recognized. But I'm like, there's just no way, because every day I post one, and next thing I know, I mean, it's just, like, just for Facebook, for instance, you get the 9+. Well, I mean, when you start scrolling, I mean, there's just no way to keep up with it all. And I mean, then you got, Facebook, and then you go over to TikTok, and you're still getting the 99+ over there, and you're like, all right, I'm trying to keep up with everybody. And then you go to Instagram, and it's the same thing, and it's like, and I'm like, I hope everybody realizes that I'm not ignoring them. I definitely want to get back to them. It's just there's so much right now.
Yeah, it is, and it's hard, and that's when it becomes a job again that people don't realize the time that goes into it. So we just talked about all the steps that we got to go into it. I'm the father of 2 kids, and I'm a husband, and you guys are husband, wife, and you got to have time for each other too, without you on your phone commenting everybody. And then if you don't get to all of them in that session of you opening your phone, then they go away. You don't get notified again of those new comments. And that's but it's like, you got to have a balance, because if you spend your whole time sitting and responding to all the comments, then next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock at night and y'all are ready for bed and you realize you didn't spend no time together.
Yeah,
that's true.
And even kind of bounce off of that, and we talked earlier about different types of content creation. Like, my hats are off to the people that, like, they film like their everyday lives, like going to dinner, and like there is no time without the camera on, and like what to us might be a Saturday night date night, they may be making a video of it.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a lot.
So
yeah, it is a lot. We are going to take a commercial break. Let's go ahead and do that now, real quick. And we're going to keep going. We're going to go until Babe says, "Hey, I got to get my butt to bed," and I'll be like, all right. We don't really care what Big K thinks. He'll go whenever he go. But
He's
Babe's running the show tonight. She's the boss. She's the real boss here. So we're thankful for all our sponsors that make this show go around. So let's hear. And we also got some funny clips from our other past shows. There's a lot of new faces over here. We have live shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday's not live, but tonight is live. Every night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Western, and where all the other ranges in between there. We're happy to have all of you over here outside of just tonight. It's what you see is what you get. We like to have a good time, and you'll see some of our clips from our shows in these commercial breaks. We hope you enjoy it. These are not commercial breaks that are boring. They're actually kind of fun, too. So tune in, and we'll see you here in just a couple of minutes.
Commercial break. Like, I'm not taking my wife to a game and proposing like that. Yeah, of course she would say yes. Obviously, she did. But
if I met my wife in the movie lot and she she took a butt crack shot off me and we end up getting proposed, we're getting proposed in the Muni lot.
A butt crack shot in the. Okay, well, there it is.
That's love.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Butt crack shots in the Muni lot are real love, folks. So my question to you is, what do you think happened to Tony?
I think the disconnect happened a long time ago. I think a long time ago the disconnect happened.
I'm sorry, boss.
I actually gave up on connecting a long time ago. I realized I didn't connect with many, so I was like, connect. God.
You secretly hate me.
No.
Yeah, dude. Damon,
I
got receipts.
Hey, times you can come
twice. This is twice today he's done this.
Now, Damon.
Well, hopefully that one that I just had was because of that blunder right there. And there's.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, just zippity doo dah.
The old hey. Well,
you know what
you're gonna look like tonight,
Johnsy. At this point, you missed that phone call, and you'll call back in a half hour. That's how that'll go.
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I understand that, but for what that issue was, it would have been a big.
Oh man,
Johnsy, what's wrong with a good old wooden spoon? It don't do this thing though, Johnsy.
No, Johnsy, stop it.
Johnsy tried to be Mormon, not on the. With old school, with the practices with the wooden spoon, not because of anything involved with real life orientation. Son of a second half coming up next. I'm out.
You guys have a 7-second delay button, right? Just hit the button.
Nope. Love you, John. John, that's my bad.
Delays here.
Yep. Next plane tickets.
What's up, dudes and dudettes? Have you heard?
MST Sauce Company has the new Dipped in Gold. MST is out of Tiffin, Ohio, home of the Tiffin University Dragons, and this is a collaboration with them. That's why it's the Golden Glaze Sauce. As you can see, I've already dipped into this stuff. Absolutely freaking phenomenal. Got a little spice. It's a perfect glaze for some wings. Nice little topper for some fried chicken, some fried pork, or just really good on a salad. Look at the consistency in that there. Definitely Dude approved. Go check them out at mstsaucecompany.com. Thanks for them for being a part of the Dude Network family. Back to the show.
And that's
What's
how
up,
we
dudes
get
and dudettes? We are back here on another Foodie show. I'm Tony Lane, filling in for co-host Johnsy, who's not here with us tonight, but he's with us in spirit, watching in his office at work, probably with the blood pressure that might be unsafe. We might have to send a nurse to check that for him. But down here with Damon Kite out of South Carolina. I'm from Ohio, and we're our esteemed host guest here tonight, which I'm sure you're here for. We have Big K and Cooking with Babe here with us tonight. Babe's first podcast ever, so it's an absolute honor. And but you know, she came where we were going to take it easy because she knows that there's no cooler place to hang out than with us idiots. I put those words in her mouth. I'm not even going to give her a chance to debut it. So yeah. But no, I know we've covered a lot here. We've talked about the journey, you know, Big K being first and you coming in the last 3 months and you just, you know, I mean, you knew there was potential, but you never knew what was going on. I mean, I'm super happy for you. I know Damon's super happy for you. John's super happy for you. Everyone in here is happy for you. But even I was like, so when does it end? Like, when does the push? Like, when is the push going to stop? Like, I mean, Big K, I was just like telling him, like, we were talking on the phone, and I was just like, dude, I'm like, it's crazy. Like, I'm so happy for her. Like, this is nuts. But like, is she afraid of it? Like stopping? Like, is she prepared for that? You know, like, and I mean, so. But babe, it's crazy. It just hasn't stopped. I mean, it's not just one platform; it's all of them. And I just could not be happier for you and how this is end. But I have to ask: has that thought ever went through? Like, what if it just stops one day on this? Like all this, like everything you do is just seems to just do really, really well and get out there, which is awesome. Because when I first saw the first video, I was like, well, anybody that sees this is going to love it. But have you had that fear of like, okay, what if this doesn't maintain? How do I do it? Because then it's like people start getting self-conscious. Do I need to change it up? What am I doing differently? What am I doing wrong? So just curious on that.
I haven't really thought about it, but I want to stick true to the way I started. I mean, no, you're fine. I want to stick true to it. I mean, a lot of people like that I don't talk a lot, that it's just no nonsense. Like, here, you put this in, you got to do this. I mean, a lot of people tend to do better, like watching and listening to someone. I mean, I know I've had a lot of people ask me to write my recipes down. I mean, then it comes back into that, you know, you only have so much time in a day. Because the job I work, you know, 8 to 10 hours a day. I mean, I get home and I do this when I'm off of work, and it's a job in itself. And
so let's get this straight here then, everybody. Babe gets up early, goes to work. And that's just working 8 to 10 hours. Don't forget about the hour getting up, getting ready, the hour probably commute, at least round trip in the day. So there's 12, 13 hours of your day. Yeah. Then you get to come home and cook and film. Then you get to edit. Then you get to post. Then you get to respond to comments that you missed all day because you're at work for 12 hours. Anybody else want to be a social media star? You sure? It's a blast.
There's
oh man, that is crazy balance. Have you ever considered just letting Big K have your password and trusting him to take the wheel on this? I'm joking.
I have. I mean, there's even nights where I'm just like, here, you got to take my phone.
Yeah,
I've done as much as I can do today.
If I'm around, I try to do like some of the responses and
what a
all
guy.
That. I do. Normally, she can't edit, but I try to do all her editing for her, just take that load off of her.
There you go.
That's awesome, Big K.
Yeah.
That's such a huge help, too, man. That editing is a biatch.
And her biggest thing with her job is when she goes in the morning, she don't know if she's working 8 hours or 10 hours or.
Damn.
So it's kind of fly by the seat of your pants.
Hmm.
Babe, if you don't mind me asking, like, what? I mean, is it like a physical laboring job that you're doing?
Very much so. So I work in a factory. We make car parts. And I mean, it's very physical.
Like 8 Mile? Are you like B Rabbit out there slinging panels around with the press?
Yeah. I have people that do that, but
you heard it here first.
You know, I'm lifting boxes, pushing racks. So I mean,
that's crazy. So you're out there just grinding all day, not just mentally
sitting there typing away on a computer all day.
Just grinding. It sounds hot and sweaty. I'm not gonna lie. It has not been a cold summer at all. I hope they got the AC cranked up for y'all.
No, and that's another thing. You know, like when I get out there and do the recipes, and people are like, "Her cheeks are so red," you know, and I'm like, "I've been in the heat all day. It's hot."
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get out here and do what I love and enjoy. But I mean, you know, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have your people that, you know, say things, and you just gotta let it roll off. But I mean, it's an effort. I mean, it's like you know, you got your full-time job, and then it's pretty much another full-time job. So.
It is, and I feel bad for the balance you have, but I'm sure there are days where you just sit there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm proud of her too. She's a great cook and a sweet person. Oh, that's nice, Anita Miller.
It
was so nice. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I'm sure. No, there are days where you bust out like, what's the most recipes you've busted out in the day? That's a question for both of you, where you're like, I don't want to do nothing for 5 days, so I'm busting like 5 videos out today. What's the most you guys have done?
There's one night I came home from work after working all day, and I mean it was hot, and I think I busted out 4 that afternoon. Just trying to hammer out, just because I knew the rest of the week was going to be rough.
I think one Sunday before we went, the Sunday before the 4th of July, you did your breakfast, and then 5 more on top of that.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a grind.
Damn,
I think the most I've ever done. This was on when I was working and had to do my stuff on the weekends. I think 5 or 6 is the most I've ever done.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think I've done like 3 in a day because I can't organize that much. I my brain, as we all know, I've lost my train of thought 6 times in this show. I am not prepared mentally to manage 3 sets of 40 clip videos more than that. Like that was a miracle that day.
Yeah.
I will say I went to
see how much it's so taxation on them right now.
And I busted out.
He's back.
Yeah. Oh, my internet glitch again?
Yeah, you was in mid-sentence, man. Start again. Go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Said I went to the distillery this week and I busted out 2 videos within like an hour and a half. It was really nice. It was really quick and easy and I loved it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, a lot of times when I'm trying to bust out a lot of recipes in a day, I usually try to go like 2 sides. 2 sides that I know I'll eat with whatever meat I'm going to have that night. Try to do that all together or, you know, based off whatever he's cooking. So I try to at least do 1 meat a week and then do side dishes. I mean,
side dishes are awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, everybody usually they're looking for something different as far as the side dish. Not sure.
Yeah, like pork chops are pork chops. You know, there's so many ways you can cook a pork chop, but there's a million ways to do mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
I agree.
Have y'all ever put cream cheese in your mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are my gravyless potatoes. Give me a heavy SPG and a whole block of cream cheese. Don't even need butter. Don't even need butter.
Got to put you a little bit of evaporated milk.
See, pro tip. Pro tip.
I got some too. Man, I'm gonna make mashed potatoes this week. I know my kids ain't gonna be mad at that. I love making a big old thing of potatoes, and I've just been smashing burger gravy here lately with some cornstarch. Yeah, some dark brown burger gravy over top of mess of cream cheese mashed potatoes. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. We got to prepare ourselves for these things, you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's like, a lot of people have asked me about doing chicken and dumplings, and I'm like, I'm waiting on the weather. The weather's going to be just right to do something like that. We can always have them on Sundays, but I'm like, it's so hot, I can't bring myself to eat them right now.
No, you're right.
Here on Thursday, I'm like, I'm not ready for chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, it's like chili. Like I love a good pot of chili, but it is not chili weather right now, man.
No.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. That's what we talked about on the last Sunday show, was the fact of, when the seasons change is when the meals start to change as well.
Yeah.
'Cause like Tony said, and you said, I don't want to eat chili and chicken and dumplings in 100-degree heat.
Nah. I'd be sicker than a dog.
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
But here's one of the bigger questions, and it's been touched on throughout, but both of you are huge content creators. How does one house balance two superstars of y'all status?
We're honestly each other's biggest cheerleader. I mean, I've cheered him on this whole journey.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, and we can testify that.
Yep,
we'll back you up on that.
Yes. That's 100%.
And so now, I mean, the roles reversed just a tad, but I mean, he is. I mean, he's like, whatever you want to do. If there comes a day you want to quit, it's fine. Just tell me, I'll support you. It's fine. So I mean, he's definitely been there from the get go.
So, and we just try to bounce ideas off each other. Like
that's where I was going with it too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get a lot of inspiration and ideas from other videos, and if sometimes it's not in my wheelhouse as much as it's in hers, and I just send it to her and just try to help as much as we can. Like that pork butt I did for Thursday. It was Thursday's video. Was really so she'd have pulled pork for that dip she did yesterday. So we just kind of make it all work, and like she said, we try to balance it out to where like dinner's like maybe I'll do the sides the night and she'll do the meat, and then we'll flip the next night. So we're always somebody's getting a video out of something.
Yeah. So where do you guys go? Hey, here's one for Big K, real quick. Big K is my hero. Big K's got one. All right, Big K. You got
He's got a fan out there.
East Coast guys coming in for the win.
Awesome.
Yeah. You can always count on Brian. So where do you get, outside of each other and other videos, do you guys get, like, one of my big sources is Pinterest. I love just getting lost on Pinterest and just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. My chicken thigh recipe I did the other day, I literally found on Pinterest, like a version of it, and I made it my own because I don't duplicate anything. But where do you guys get a lot of your ideas from? I mean, I know you guys aren't big. If you do copy another creator, you always give credit. I've always admired that about you guys. You guys never make something your own. You always, if it is, you make it your own, but you say, I got it from Bama Grill Master is one that you guys use, or I think I made the cut once. It was an honor from Big K. I made the cut once. But yeah, so where do you guys get a lot of your inspiration from when it's not from each other?
I mean, even like going out to restaurants.
Yeah.
You go out to a restaurant, you see something on the menu, and you're like, oh, that looks good. I'm going to put my twist on that.
Yep.
I mean, that's something. I mean, like we went to Kentucky a few weeks ago and ate at a barbecue place. So I'm a chicken person, so I ordered a smoked chicken, or half, and it comes out, and I'm like, oh my God, they fried this chicken. They smoked it and then fried like a whole,
fry.
And I was like, this is great. I mean, most places you go, it's just smoke half on your plate, and that's it. But I mean, just stuff like that. I mean, I feel like a lot of people get scared to put their own twist on things. There's no right and wrong way. I mean, the best thing to do when you're doing something that way is taste it as you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's when you're going to find if you want to add a certain kind of seasoning and change the profile. I mean, there's different things you can do to make it your own.
Right. Yeah, and that's where it shows like where you come from. Because you're like, well, I don't know much about that ingredient, but I know this ingredient would work. And like, because that's an ingredient you grew up with, you're familiar with. Like for me, like capers. You know, a lot of people use capers. We didn't really have capers growing up. We just used relish. You know, like we would just use relish for that ingredient.
Yeah.
So I see like capers, like, oh, I just immediately sub out relish. Like that's making it my own. So yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, that's awesome. Damon, where do you get a lot of your inspiration from on your recipes down in South Carolina, man?
It's the same way. I mean, if I'm cooking, you know, like barbecue style stuff, is just stuff I've just come up with my own. You know, just whatever profile I think is going to work, this, that, and the other. But a lot of the, you know, dishes that I cook inside, the same way as you, Tony. I mean, Pinterest, and then take Pinterest's idea and just put your spin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a recipe, to me, recipe is just a guideline.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be exact with it. Because
I wish more people would realize that, and I don't mean that same way.
No.
Like it's exactly that. It's a guideline.
Yeah, because I can't remember how many times I've seen a recipe, follow it, and be like, "No, it needs more of this. It needs more of this. It needs less of this, and none of that at all."
Mm-hmm.
So, and it ends up working. So
that even goes to like, especially like our grandmothers and us in your everyday cooking. You may make something you've made a million times before, but that day you may taste it and it may need a little bit more seasoning than you normally put in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it may need a pinch more milk to thin it out.
Yep.
That's just what it is. I mean,
mm-hmm.
And like, you know, a lot of people like give me a hard time about the way I measure like cups of mayonnaise. Look, I don't want to take it and scoop it out of the mayonnaise jar, put it in the cup, and then I'm just gonna do what I think's best.
And eyeball it for sure.
Well, Adventures of a Home Cook here says it best, and that's why I love cooking and not baking. Baking is exact. Cooking is not.
Yes.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Perfect timing, Adventures. But yeah, I like a good roundabout. People are like, how much time? I don't know. When it looked done.
Yeah.
It's like a brat. Like I cook at 300 every time, but sometimes it's 5 minutes. I mean, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 15. It's all about when that thing turns the perfect golden brown before the skin cracks. Like, I mean,
exactly.
Practice. That's what I always tell people that are like, what's the best advice you can give me? Go start failing.
Yeah.
The sooner you start failing, the sooner you start learning how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's because as Babe will tell you, and Big K will tell you, I'll tell you, and Damon will tell you, what works for me is not going to work for you.
No,
exactly.
Nope.
You know, I mean, that's
nope.
I mean,
everybody's taste buds different.
So in your success, like when you were posting stuff, were you like, okay, like how would you post this, or do you just like, I'm going to do it myself?
As far as,
I mean, I guess like when she was like wording it, was there like a certain? I don't want to get too far in the weeds here, but like, did you just say I'm going to do this my way, or was it kind of like here's a certain method that I kind of followed and made it my own off that, or did you just kind of shoot from the hip and say, you know what, this is my page, my channel, I'm doing it, my exact way, the way I want with because there's a lot of differences in opinions, like how many hashtags should I use, how many words in my description should I be, what word should I use in the start of it? Did you put a lot of thought into all that, or are you just like, I'm just going to be me?
Had to go to that too.
So I asked him, I was like, okay, what platform should I be using hashtags on? He's like, I wouldn't worry about Facebook too much on hashtags. He said Instagram and TikTok's gonna be your two biggest to use hashtags on. So then I was like, well, I'll just use these hashtags. And then he asked me, he's like, how many hashtags did you use? I mean, kind of did my own thing. I mean,
yeah, and that's like talking. What we're just talking about, more than one way to do something. Like the number of hashtags she uses and I use is way different. I mean,
that's what I like to hear. That's what I was hoping to hear. I was hoping to hear that you both did it your own way and you got the same results. So that's awesome.
She shoots more towards the 5 to 6 range in mine, which mine I established like 3 years ago, so maybe I could change, but I do more like between 9 and 11, and it just.
I mean, I'm just go ahead.
No, like Tony just said, what works for one person may not work for the other.
Yeah, I know some people that don't post any description. They believe that just leaving it blank is the way to go, man. Like it's wild.
Everybody's got their own philosophy for sure.
Yeah, and you know what though? Like it's literally the algorithm. I mean, the damn algorithm.
Yeah.
If they like your content, I don't think it matters what the hell you put in the description, because I know on these platforms there's somebody scanning these to determine if it's going to get pushed or not. I mean, I think it's actually been proven that they do. And I just have always kind of felt that, man, they probably don't care about what hashtag. I mean, hashtags get you like views throughout. You know, you're always going. Once you're in that hashtag, you're going to get more residual views from the hashtags. But your upfront views, I've always personally felt that the hashtags didn't make much of a difference. Yeah. I've always felt that if they liked it, they're going to push it, or if it's liked, saved, shared by your core followers at a higher clip than the other, they're like, oh, this one's doing a little bit better than the other. So
the only comment I have, not really an argument, that I've noticed is like I use the same ones on TikTok almost every day. If I do change it up, and not every time, but if I've added one I never used or something like that, it seems like sometimes that cuts it back. And it may even be a popular hashtag, but if I've never used it before and I use it, it may cut my views back.
Have you guys ever heard of the if you like fat thumb a hashtag, and like you say you spell it probably, but you do instead of ABLY, you do BALY? And there's some people that will purposely do those because everybody will fat thumb that same mistake when they're searching a hashtag.
Oh, I've never thought about that.
Yeah, man. I've saw that. Like, yeah, because people like hashtag, BQB instead of barbecue. You know what I mean? Like if you look, there's a lot of hashtags because a lot of people have accidentally made that same fat thumb mistake. If it's a common misspell or fat thumb, yeah, sometimes people will use it as a hashtag because it doesn't get oversaturated. So if people search that hashtag, there's not as many entries on it, so your stuff's easier to find on it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a deep dive world, everybody. It's a deep dive world. We're here to bring it all to you. Hell yeah. Can I get an amen?
No, amen.
Sorry. I thought we were south in the house, so I thought we'd get an amen.
Yeah,
That was a little too much. I apologize.
So video view wise, babe, goes to you because Kay's already surpassed it, maybe. But did you ever think one of your videos would have over 1 million views?
No, never, ever. I never thought. I'm like, that many people watch me? Oh, there ain't no way.
In their house, 1 million people.
I mean, are you prepared for 1 million? Because I hate to tell you, but it's happening.
Yeah, because I mean, we actually got the video.
1 million.
Over 1 million.
1 million followers, babe. Are you ready?
I mean, I'm just gonna hold on and see what happens.
I mean, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Are you still getting okay, so for all those that get like a viral video, it normally doesn't just happen over a couple of days. When one really does well, you'll still get views off of it, especially on Facebook, which yours do really well for a couple months at a time. And Big K, you can tell me this too. But for her only been doing it for like 3 months, I'm curious if you're still getting a bunch of like love on your initial videos that you posted that did really, really good, or if they've kind of tapered off, babe.
No, I do. Like you got the ones that I got one from, I think it's 2 years ago. 2 years ago, right about now, that it's still every week or so you get some likes or comments on it, and it's just like, how are they finding this, or why are they still pushing it out compared to some? And then some videos just die within days. So
right, babe, you
go ahead.
Yep. Okay. No, go, babe. What were you saying? I was asking, like, for both of you though, are you still getting like a lot of engagement from your original videos from
Yeah.
3 months ago?
Yeah, like hamburger steaks. Those are still. I mean, there's not a day where I don't get on there where I'm still getting some kind of comment, more than once about those. I still have a few go back to the cornbread. A lot of getting quite a few of them. Yeah.
We actually have one of your videos here, a first one over 1 million, right here, babe.
Let me show you how I
right?
make my ooey gooey butter cake. 1 box of yellow cake mix. We're not going to follow package instructions. 1.5 sticks of butter. 2 eggs. Teaspoon of vanilla. A whisk by hand. It's going to take you about a 9 by 13 pan. You're going to give it a spray. Pour it on in.
Love that you guys use aluminum for the dishes, though.
1 block.
So easy to clean up.
Cream cheese. This cream cheese is set out to room temp. Put 1 egg in there. Teaspoon of vanilla.
More vanilla, can't have enough.
Give it a mix.
Next up, ooh, turquoise, nice color. That's a beautiful color. Matches your.
Turn that down on low. We're slowly going to start adding 3 cups of powdered sugar. You just want to get it mixed up to that good creamy consistency. You don't have any lumps, and it just looks like frosting. This is uncooked. We have not cooked this base yet. We're just going to go ahead. This is all going to cook together at the same time. Smooth it on the top. You're not mixing it in with your cake. Got our grill running about 350. I'm going to slide it on this side, right?
Or your oven.
We'll slide it on this side. So it's been about 45 minutes.
Without the rain.
Yeah. And I say she's done. Take us about the zooey gooey butter cake. Lord have mercy, it's good.
Yeah, damn right it was.
That had to be one of them great grandma recipes right there.
Yeah, well, actually, my aunt makes it all the time.
Okay.
And when we were down there for the 4th, she had made one, and Kevin, he was like, "I like this a lot." I said, "Oh, I can make that." So I mean, that was a way to go. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's Paula Dean's recipe," and I said, "Do y'all really think she's the only one that ever came up with that?"
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, hey, easy. Calm down. Whoa, babe. There's children watching. Calm down over there. Calm. Jeez, she went to a 10.
That's when it comes back to all these recipes had to originate somewhere. And I mean, not saying Paula Dean is a great cook. I mean, I grew up watching her. I mean,
oh yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, all these recipes come from somewhere. Even her, she's going to get inspiration just like we do. I mean,
she had to get the recipes from somewhere,
Exactly.
Yeah, like you said, she doesn't have intellectual property to biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. I mean,
upcoming plans for you guys here to round out the year. I mean, babe, I'm sure with like the last 3 months popping off like it has, it makes things a little more interesting because more people are going to want you to come to their events and stuff like that. And I know Big K, you were already doing a lot of events now, and you guys have done them together. You guys have always went as on a team. But what do you guys got coming up here the rest of the year that you know for sure you're going to do? There's a lot of people.
Always when he's got a
Watch,
good statement
before
going
where
on.
you're going to do the rest. Damn it! What again?
Always when that good statement comes up.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I think I know where he's going. He just kind of know.
Yeah, what are you up to the rest of the year? Where can people find you? And if you are watching, let us know what state you're watching from. Let's do a state check one last time. State check. Where are you watching from? But yeah, what are you guys doing the rest of the year?
Well, the first thing, September 27th to 28th. It's a Saturday. We're going to be judging. Tell them what we're going to be judging.
we're going to be judging a wing contest at Malcolm's shop right in Hernando, Mississippi.
So if y'all anywhere near Hernando, Memphis area, come check us out. That's Saturday. I think it's the 28th.
It is.
Then we're off for a couple weeks. I believe it's the 12th of October. We have the Jack, which is an hour up the road. Weekend after that, we'll probably be back in Memphis for a thing, and Melissa Cookston's for the World Junior Barbecue League. And then the weekend after that is Al Fragoni's Open Fire Meetup in Hondo, Texas.
Hondo.
And then haven't committed at all. The week after that is the Royal in Kansas City, but I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I can do all them weekends in a row.
So you heard it here first, Damon.
Yep.
Al Fragoni's got more juice than we do.
I see that. I see that.
Al Fragoni's got more. Well, for those that want to see us, we'll be at the Royal. So yeah, we'll be there. We'll be burning that town down. You know?
It's not a yes or no yet.
He's
No,
backtracking.
right.
Now. He's backtracking now.
Right. I'm just gonna start cooking on open fire more. Maybe you'll think I'm cooler. Yeah, see what happens when you throw in some Allegra on some open flames, Damon. You just become obsolete quick.
I mean, I do a little bit of the same, but I mean, I'm just not on that level.
I guess not. I mean, hey, thanks, Damon. I mean, maybe next year, I'll remember not to schedule anything around Al Fragoni's meetup. Damon.
Yeah, that's what we do. We just go a couple of weeks later.
Big K.
Yeah.
Jeez. You think you know a guy, you think you're front, you think you got good friends, a good support group, and then sometimes they just right on your soul,
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Hey, what hurts the most, man? What hurts the most? It's like having a buddy and they steal all your ideas. And, just hurt you, man. Cut you deep. Think you know a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at to work. I'm at to work on that, Eduardo.
So yeah, that's exciting though. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure your situation at this point it's fluid. I mean, babe, you're still working. Big K, I know you still. You've been down and out. Getting right with your foot. But yeah, I mean, you still work too. So yeah, hey, everybody watching, keep clicking likes and shares for these guys' videos, man. Help them.
That's
want
right.
more content from them? Free up their schedule and make them full time.
That's right.
Keep sharing. I'm too scared. to make that jump.
Got to pull that trigger.
I'm not ready. I don't know if I ever will be. If I can be honest, I should be, but I can't be. I don't know. It's weird. Have you thought about that, babe? Like, of the thought of not having to work anymore doing this? Like, isn't it kind of, I'll tell you, and Kay, you too on this. Gosh, I know the thought of it, like, I'm not anywhere close to where you guys are, but like, I've still have had that thought, and it just scares the life of me to be solely dependent on this. I am with the benefits and insurance world. Yeah. I'm petrified of that thought, but I'm curious. That's me. I have, my situation's different than everybody else's, and yours is different than everybody else's. So I'm curious on what you guys both think on that thought of eventually being full-time content creators and not actually working the 9 to 5.
You want to go first?
Oh, you go ahead.
Well, I mean, I've definitely thought about it, and it's scary. It's scary because, I mean, you go to your job every week and you're getting that paycheck without a doubt. No, I mean, it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I mean, it's a lot of relying on yourself and your drive. And I mean, I know I got it. It's just, that's a big leap. That is a big leap. But, I mean, it's
huge.
Yeah, that thought definitely crossed my mind.
It's a trust ball. You better have a damn good parachute because you're jumping. And that thing better not let you down. You know what I mean? Like, not to be cliche, but it's real life. I mean, you got houses on the line, you got mortgage, you got rent, you got car payment, you got insurance. I mean, them bills still got to get paid. They do not like, oh, you're a full time creator now. Yeah, we'll give you a couple months to figure that out. Yeah, that'd be all right.
And I think the talks about a seasoning line along the way that would help bridge the gap. And I think on my side of it, because I have done a little bit longer, I've learned quick. I'm sure y'all have too. I'd rather have a brand deal that's an agreement over a period of months than just a one and done type of brand deal. Those are nice, that for that month. But when you can count on that brand deal every month, that's pretty good.
Right. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I hear you there, because it is not. And there's some videos that you think are going to just get tens of millions. They get a few hundred. And then there's a grilled cheese video with a seasoned tomato slice in it. And I'm just making that up. But it would get like 5 million views. Like, yeah, you just don't know, man. Whatever they would decide they want to do is what's going to happen. Well, yeah, go ahead.
A crazy story kind of along those lines is my first video that ever got any traction, like, dude, and it was still like 20K or something, but my first video that really was like, oh, you need to stick with this, was like that. Like, it sat on my phone for, I think, 4 or 5 weeks. I almost wasn't going to post it. And I finally just posted it one night, and it was like, at the time, was the best video I ever had.
Just never know.
So.
Well, anything you guys want to? We're gonna wrap this up here. It's getting a little lengthy on the show here.
Still need to show where everybody was from real quick.
Yeah, and last comment, then we're gonna get it. Last chance to get your state check in to let us know what state you live in here, and we're gonna wrap that up. Use that to wrap up the show here.
Mm-hmm.
But one last question for Big K and Babe. There's anything you want to say to all the people that has been out there tuning in,
exactly what I was
watching you guys? You're nowhere without your community, and Babe, your community is growing so fast. And it's not only and I was literally telling Kay about this today. I've just never seen not only the engagement, but the positive engagement. It's all so positive, and we can all say it is a negative world, and it gets really nasty out there. So it's just unbelievable. But yeah, what do you got to say to everybody out there, making it just this unbelievable, like, one-of-one place for both of you? Big K, you got some really good diehards too.
Mm-hmm.
You also have a very positive community. But no, like I said with Babe, like it's so fast, so quick, and it's so positive. I'm just curious on what you guys got to say to everybody.
Well, I'm sure she can say the same thing. Biggest thing is just thank you. We can't do it without y'all. Every like, every share, we like your ideas too. I think I'll say one last thing, then I'll let her take over. I think the biggest thing is she does have a lot of positivity, but the best thing about her community is usually if there is a hater, her community will jump in and probably make that person wish they never made that comment.
I love it.
And
America.
yeah, thank y'all, and we couldn't do it without you.
I mean, really, I don't think people really realize how much of confidence it takes to get out there and put yourself out there like that. And I mean, they really have been very encouraging to me, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I mean, that's huge, because I'll be honest, that's what stopped me from doing it sooner. Because I was like, oh, I know I'm going to get on there and I'm going to get a lot of haters. But you know what? I honestly haven't gotten that many. And the ones I do have, I mean, they do. They stick up for me. And I appreciate that so much, because I can only monitor so much. But I mean, I'm very thankful for all my followers, all my people that support me. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a beautiful thing when you don't have to handle your own business, because I know you enough to know you don't want to be that person. You don't have that. You don't have that angry bone in your body to have to tell somebody to go pound salt and eat a big pile of poo poo. But you heard it here first. So had to end on something, Tony. Had to end on one Tonyism. But hey, everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We've had a lot of new faces over here, especially on the Facebook world. So thankful for all of you joining us tonight. We really hope you enjoyed your time here. We'd love for you to still stick around. And if not, we understand it. We're not nearly as cool as Babe and Big K. But let's go over here to our how many states we had here. We got PA, North Carolina, Maine, Tennessee. Should have saw that one coming. I am new here. Elizabeth City, North Carolina, Florida, Zona,
North Carolina,
Tennessee, OHIO. You're here. Bammer.
Yeah.
Hello from Washington State, Maryland. That was a new one. All right, let's go.
Maryland.
East Central Illinois. Mississippi.
Yeah.
Franklin, Ohio. Okay. Hey, Ohio, what's up? Welcome. Texas. Another one from Illinois. North Kakalaki. Greenville, Alabama. Georgia. Summertown, Georgia. Love Babe. Had to throw that in there. Indiana. Alabama. Georgia. Bainbridge, Georgia. Okay. Tennessee. Sam McGee from Tennessee. I like that. North California. Cow Country Farm. Let's go.
Another North Carolina.
Another North Carolina.
Mississippi.
Utah. Okay.
Another North Carolina.
All right.
Southern VA.
Virginia. All right. That's new.
Billington,
Alabama.
Alabama. Indiana. That was a new one.
Another Indiana. Wow. A lot of Indiana.
Yeah. Nashville.
I expected a lot of that.
There one. Mount Airy.
Okay. Home of Andy Griffith's show.
Yeah.
That's where it's filmed at. You can go do the tours right there at Mount Airy.
Kentucky.
That's where
Missouri.
Missouri.
Another Mississippi.
Another Mississippi.
Another North Carolina. Bama.
Washington State.
Washington State.
Florida. Okay. Sorry, guys. There's so many you brought in the crowd. It's taking us a few here.
Yeah.
Illinois from North Carolina. You got two for there. You gotta love when people throwing that. Sweetwater, Tennessee. What's funny is I'm from Sugar Creek, Ohio. That's where I graduated from. They call that old Sweetwater.
Mobile.
Mississippi Delta.
Mississippi Delta.
Okay.
There it is. Somebody said yes, do Casey and they'll come. Arkansas.
Hey, yeah, you got to congrats. You're coming.
Yep.
Arkansas.
Another North Carolina. Alabama. And Texas to round out.
Here's one here at the end. Eastern Shore, Maryland.
Okay.
And then
after I flipped over.
Yep. Yeah, they came in as we were reading those off.
Yep,
hey, fine. So everybody, Big K, babe, thank you so much. I mean, this has been an absolute blast. This went really fast, faster than it was than we was probably expecting to do, So sorry it went a little bit longer than we were hoping for as well, but I think people could have listened and watched you guys for hours because you guys you're polarizing, and the reason you're polarizing is because you're good people with good hearts, and it shows on camera, and your naturalness and organicness is very easy to pick up on. And people know that if they met you out in the streets, what they saw on camera is what they would see. And I know that for a fact. Yep. And I'll put a stamp on it right now. So good things come to those that are good people, and be good, do good. Good things will happen. You guys both do a lot of good things, and good things are happening. And I couldn't be happier for both of you. Cheers.
For sure.
Bless my garage beer to both of you. And cheers to your next 5 million, both of you. So let's do this thing. Happy to be there for the ride with you and be your biggest cheerleader. Damon, what you got to say? Because I'm out.
You can't say no more because, I mean, again, appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate, I mean, Kay, you know what you was getting into, but, babe, you didn't know what you was getting into. But appreciate you coming.
Thank y'all, though, for having us. You've always been great to me. I mean, to us now, but so we've had some good times on here, and I hope they keep on coming.
Oh, for sure, man.
For the record, Leslie was invited when Big K came up. She was invited before she was a creator, so I'm not a clout chaser if it ever comes up to it. She was invited before it ever went down. And you still are. You still are. I mean, yeah. So, and then Oklahoma. There we go. Right there.
Oklahoma coming in. They still coming in.
Oklahoma, where the wind blows, sweeping down the rain, and we're out of here.
I don't even know how many